Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of solving data problems. This is standard 5.9C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 8 off the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we got a little bar graph here, and we've got one simple problem to answer. So let's open up our graph draw feature, expand it out using the diagonal arrows in the top right, and let's make it a little bit more transparent so we can see what is going on behind there. All right, so 3 students ran for class president, and we've got their votes here: Casey, Blake, and Shanita. And interesting, okay, so we have an interesting kind of scale factor over here. Look at this. We're adding 5s. And it's just interesting because it's an odd number. So if we didn't have one of these bars directly on the lines, we'd have to kind of guess as to, is it 12, 13, 14? But as you can tell, they're all straight on the line, right? So Casey, you know what? I could change this to white and I can write right on there. Casey's got 15. Blake has got 10. And Shanita's got 10. All right, so it looks like Casey wins. The other two tied. But that's not what it's asking. Look what it's asking. What fraction of the total votes were for Casey? Okay, so fraction. Look at all of our answer selections are fractions. What do we know about fractions? All right, so we've got 2 numbers on fractions, right? We've got the numerator. And when we are building a fraction, the numerator is always the top number. And that's the number selected, the number that we're looking at. And then we've got the denominator. The denominator is always going to be the total. So it's the numerator that really changes based on, are we looking at Casey, we looking at Blake, we looking at Shanita, we're looking at Blake and Shanita. So in this case, we've got, let's see, total votes for Casey. Okay. So they tell you the fraction of the total votes. So we need Casey's votes. Right? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at Casey's votes. That's the number selected. And then fraction of the total. Okay. So that seems pretty straightforward. So Casey got 15. And then the total was, well, 15 plus 10 plus 10, right? We just need to add those up. 10 and 10 is 20, and then 15 is 35. Okay, so equals 15 35ths. It's kind of a strange fraction, but that's what my total is. There were 35 total votes, 15 plus 10 plus 10. I don't see that as an answer. All right, so it looks like we are needing to make an equivalent fraction, right? So if I wanted to draw 15 35ths, watch what I could do, right? So I'm going to make an array. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just because that's the only way I know how to get up to 35. Right, so if I wanted to do 15 of those, right, I would just do 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. There's my 15 35ths, right? Because 3 columns of 5. How do I make that an equivalent fraction? Well, visually, I could draw some lines if I really wanted to, or if you wanted to do it without doing it visually, take a look to see, is there any number that divides both into 15 and 35? And yeah, we've already done it. 5 goes into both. So if you divide by 5 over 5, this is just equal to 1. So divide top and bottom by the same number, 3/7. And take a look at what we have here. You can cut each of these into sevenths, and you get 15 35ths is equal to 3/7. So our answer here is B.